CloudNC in Chelmsford. They're not your normal subcontracting solution, but they've invested very heavily in DMG MORI machines, and one thing that makes them different is they have their own CAD/CAM system, and it could be the future of manufacturing. Theo, we had the wonderful opportunity to visit CloudNC 6 months ago. Obviously a big change here, big investment with DMG MORI. But CloudNC, could you tell me or explain to us exactly what you stand for? Because you're not a typical subcontracting solution provider.
Oh, sure thing, Mark. So we are actually an artificial intelligence company, and our mission is to create full automation within manufacturing. Contrasted to today, which is the highly manual state of affairs, we see a future in which if I want to order a component or 100 or say 10,000, I would be able to upload a 3D file to a web service, get instant design for manufacturability and pricing feedback, be able to buy that online, and then receive those components within days rather than weeks or months, for that receipt to happen 100% reliably on time, for the components to be perfect every time. I would expect to be able to just forget almost about the manufacturing of my components, because it's become as simple and as reliable as ordering off Amazon. I know that the price is right, I know that they'll arrive on time, and I know that they will be correct. That is the future that we are trying to create here, and the key enablers for that are really technologies that fully automate CNC machines and factories within which they operate.
Now it's quite interesting because you guys actually started out with your own CAN system, so therefore what I'm actually seeing is that you're going to be applying more software to actually run this system to be a blueprint factory effectively.
Of course, so we are a tech company, and so we like to tackle problems in a tech-first way. We've started out with the software we've been developing for 4 years now that takes one of these CNC machines, takes a 3D file, and automatically searches through the trillions of ways of producing a component with one of these machines for one of the fastest, contrasted to the traditional method, which is I might have to sit in front of a computer for days to weeks, and then it will be very tricky for me to find an optimal solution, so people very rarely do. But we're going beyond that now because we are building and scaling our own factories. We want to eventually get to a point of having tens of thousands of machines within our network, and that requires more than just automation of the machines, requires automation of the overall running of one of these very complex factories. And that's what we're building what we call factory operating system for. It's an artificially intelligent system that understands the probabilities of all events within a factory and schedules and distributes tasks in such a way that we can get our utilization incredibly high without actually letting down our customers, because we require a very, very small amount of buffer for the few mistakes that fall outside of the capabilities and understanding of the system.
Well, when you're talking about that side of it, it's very important to have a great partner. Now, there is a lot of high-end machine tool manufacturers, but why DMG MORI?
So obviously DMG MORI, we love their machines. They are incredibly high performance. The 60 Evo platform you see behind me is the one that we are standardizing on for the moment for our Workhorse 5-axis, and the linear drives and the incredibly high accuracy make it an ideal partner to our software, because our software is really able to exploit those very high speed capabilities to produce the parts incredibly fast. And what enables us to produce components inexpensively is we can run the machines faster than you would traditionally be able to with standard CAM software, because our system understands the science of metal cutting, can exploit that to its fullest extent. But it's not just about the performance and the reliability of the machines, it's also very attractive to us to be able to go to a provider that has its own financing solutions. So all we need to do is say, DMG MORI, we would like another 10 of these 60 Evos, can you sort this out for us? And then that entire life cycle from financing all the way to installation on the floor and then after service care is with one provider who are expert in it, and they can handle the whole lot for us.
I see also you've invested in the 95 monoblock and also a turning solution as well. So when you look at the industries, are you looking for high-tech components, precision prismatic parts?
So at this point, really we're looking to get into medium to large volume contract manufacture, exploiting our ability to produce parts faster, which means that we can make them cheaper whilst delivering a very high quality standpoint. So components within the 600 by 600 envelope is most of what is covered by the market. We've started investing in much larger machines because that seems to be an underserved segment within the subcontracting market, and turning because everybody needs turned components as well. Our focus is really though on components in the 5 units plus range that could fit in one of these 60 EVOs.
So really from a job perspective point of view, Theo, what is CloudNC's USP?
So our research has told us that there are 4 key pain points in the market, the most severe being on-time delivery. Customers do not necessarily expect that their components will turn up on time because subcontracting as industry, mostly through virtue of the lack of good software, makes it very challenging to be able to tell somebody when a part is going to turn up and if it's going to turn up on time or not. The next is quality. We know that quality is an issue, again driven by the complexity of running these factories paired with the incredibly high variability of manufacturing and subcontract. Next there comes price. Obviously, because these machines are not typically operated in an optimal fashion, means that prices are very much higher than they strictly speaking need to be. And the last would be a general level of service. Again, coming back to software, we do not have, as an industry, the tools to interact with our customers in the way that, say, the tech industry might, and that's a change that we want to drive. Now, we're trying to drive change in all of those areas, starting at first with quality. We were recently certified to AS 9100. Our quality system is very strong. We brought people in from the top of the industry to give us that baseline from which to compete. And so now we choose to compete on what we call breakthrough pricing. So for any given level of quality, for any given lead time, we aim to be substantially less expensive than the competition in order to provide value for our customers.
Well, that's very unique to what you offer to the marketplace. CloudNC is very, very different, and I think if I was a company looking to outsource components or maybe buy more machine tools, invest in more people, this is a great option to consider, isn't it? And a very high tech. Now, is this the factory of the future, Theo? Is this how subcontracting solution providers is going to be in the next 10, 20, 50 years' time?
Well, naturally we have our views on this, and our mission is to try and bring about that future, but Mark, you've seen a lot more factories than I have over the years. I'd love to know what you think.
Well, I think from my perspective, we visit a lot of subcontracting companies, outsourcing, all the issues that go with that. It's normally people, investment, but I think you do have a blue chip. And one thing I want to say to the marketplace is that CloudNC is the future of subcontracting solutions worldwide.